The last type of rock that we're going to look at are called metamorphic rocks. We're going to take these notes on the green piece of paper that's available at the table. Metamorphic rocks are formed deep underground. That's our first blank, underground, where heat and pressure cause existing rocks to be changed. The word metamorphic, the base of that word, metamorph, if you think back to elementary school when you talked about like metamorphosis, say where a butterfly goes through metamorphosis with a caterpillar becoming a butterfly, it just means to change. So metamorphic rocks are other rocks that have been changed. So they can start as a sedimentary rock or an igneous rock or even another type of metamorphic rock, but deep underground where there is extreme heat and pressure, it can cause that rock to change into a new rock, and that's what we call a metamorphic rock. Some of those changes include mineral composition, meaning the actual mineral that the rock is made of can change, or the change could include its structure or structural characteristics. And we'll see some examples of that in just a second. The two types of metamorphic rock are based on the texture. We have foliated rock, metamorphic rock, and we have non-foliated metamorphic rock. The first one we're going to say is foliated. F-O-L-I-A-T-E-D. Foliated metamorphic rock. That's named for the process of foliation. Okay, Foliation occurs when pressure causes the mineral grains in a rock to realign and form parallel bands. We see these as lines in the rock. So here is an example of something that's called gneiss, and you can kind of see the lines that have formed, especially down here, okay, because of that foliation. You can kind of see it on the other side as well. And so gneiss actually starts out as a sedimentary rock called shale, which we saw earlier, but with exposure to some heat and pressure, that can become something called slate, which can then become another rock with more heat and pressure. So metamorphic rocks, it depends on the amount of heat and pressure that they may be exposed to. Before that rock becomes gneiss, it's something called schist. Okay, so here you can see a little bit of the lines, the parallel bands. If you think about math, parallel just means that they're all running the same direction and never touching. Okay, so then this schist with even more exposure to heat and pressure can become this, which is called gneiss. The other type of metamorphic rock is called non-foliated. So we're just putting the prefix non in front of foliated. We know that non means not or opposite of. So non-foliated metamorphic rock does not have mineral grains that are aligned in those parallel lines. Sometimes we call those planes or bands. Typically, the non-foliated metamorphic rock doesn't have those planes or bands because it's made of only one mineral or just a few minerals. So that's what we're going to put down here. Commonly made of only one or a few minerals. One example of that is called quartzite. So if we have sandstone, which we talked about in the last video as a sedimentary rock, when it is exposed to high temperature and pressure, the sand grains actually grow and those spaces between them disappear, and then that forms a very hard rock called quartzite. Another one you may have heard of is called marble, And here I have an example of marble. Marble comes from the sedimentary rock limestone, and when that changes, the calcite, which is the mineral that limestone is made of, again, that changes. The crystals of the calcite actually grow larger, and it becomes marble. This is called marble. Then you can see that it's non-foliated. It does not have the lines, the planes, or the bands, and it's pretty much made of just calcite. There's not a lot of variety in the minerals that make up this marble. If we record at the bottom some of these examples, slate, also schist, that's S-C-H-I-S-T. Gneiss, even though you pronounce it nice, it is spelled G-N-E-I-S-S. I know it looks a little funny, but I promise it's nice. And then we said quartzite. So that's just like quartz with an I-T-E at the end. That's the one that comes from sandstone. And then marble is the one I just showed you that comes from limestone. When you finish recording the examples, this is going to go in your journal on page 6. Then you can follow up with the Intro to Metamorphic Rocks video before you take the Pit Stop C quiz.